Escape into a world where streaming feeds your curiosity.
With Curiosity Stream, you get documentaries that spark wonder, ignite discovery, and make learning addictive.
Face it, you're curious. That's why you tune into the show.
From ancient secrets to futuristic tech, from deep space journeys to microbial mysteries, you'll find
Whether you're uncovering cursed artifacts, decoding the cosmos, or exploring the science of memory, Curiosity Stream transforms your screen into the ultimate classroom, minus the pop quizzes.
Stream Smarter, Think Deeper, Be Curious.
Dive in at curiositystream.com infogo or click the link in the show notes for exclusive offers. Discover the bold, handcrafted flavor of Pete's signature coffee blends, reserve selections, and limited edition roast. Only available at pete's.com.
Their decades of commitment to excellence, sustainability, and farmer first practices.
Ensure every bag is roasted to order, so you're getting the freshest beans possible delivered straight to your door.
Whether you enjoy drip, pour over, French press, espresso, cold brew, K cup pods, or espresso capsules, Pete's has the perfect roast for your brew method.
On the go, grab a bottle of cold brew or espresso and fuel your day with uncompromising quality.
And now the official home of Mighty Leaf Tea, bringing you exclusive blends, whole leaf tea pouches, loose leaf teas, iced teas, and teaware, all in one place.
Pete's Coffee, where passion meets your pour. Click the link in the show notes for exclusive offers. Hi, I'm William,
And I'm Kat,
and that makes this Info on the Go.
answering questions you want to know.
You know, Kat, this is going to be a listener request, and I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't really know a whole lot about this subject, and I did get the opportunity to learn a little bit, and hopefully this will be useful to some of our listeners. I don't know.
Right, I didn't know a whole lot about this subject either, and it's definitely insightful for my future.
Yeah. So on this episode of Info on the Go, menopause, a natural phase in every woman's life.
Menopause is not a single moment, but a process that unfolds over three distinct stages.
Perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause.
And we're going to cover each of these with a little more detail.
So I guess the first thing we got to do is really find out what menopause is, right?
Right.
So so menopause is a natural biological process that signifies the end of a woman's menstrual cycle and fertility.
It typically occurs between the ages of 45 and 55, though the exact timing can vary from person to person.
The process is officially recognized when a woman has gone 12 consecutive months without a menstrual cycle.
Menopause is marked by a significant decline in reproductive hormones, primarily estrogen and progesterone, which are produced by the ovaries.
The transition leading up to menopause, known as perimenopause, can start several years earlier and is characterized by irregular menstrual cycles and fluctuating hormone levels.
Early menopause refers to the onset of menopause before the age of 40. This can occur naturally due to genetics or certain autoimmune conditions, but it may also result from medical interventions.
Induced menopause happens when menopause is triggered by medical treatments or surgical procedures.
Surgical removal of the ovaries, or an ovarectomy, often done during a hysterectomy.
Chemotherapy or radiation therapy, especially when treating cancer.
Certain medications used for managing endometriosis or other hormonal conditions.
Unlike the gradual transition seen in natural menopause, early or induced menopause often occurs abruptly, leading to a more sudden onset of symptoms.
This can intensify both the physical and emotional effects, including anxiety, grief, or a sense of loss, especially for women who are not expecting or prepared for the change.
Support is crucial during this time. Women experiencing early or induced menopause are encouraged to consult with healthcare providers about symptom management, fertility implications, and long term health considerations like bone density and cardiovascular health.
By acknowledging these variations, we not only promote inclusivity, but also validate the diverse experiences women have during this significant life transition.
Oh, that's got to be tough, especially if you're, you know, in your 30s, still in your childbearing years, and you're expecting or wanting to start a family.
Right.
I mean, that could really be devastating to someone.
Absolutely. Or, yeah, and like you said, in their childbearing years. So really anybody from like 20 to 30 or whatever.
Yeah, and they're having to deal with that. Plus, if they're going through chemo, they're having to deal with cancer. And now they got to figure out onset of symptoms that are going to happen on top of what they just went through. Like, I can't even begin to understand what someone would be going through during that time.
Me either.
Perimenopause, often referred to as the menopausal transition, is the phase preceding menopause during which a woman's body undergoes changes in hormone production and menstrual cycle patterns as the ovaries gradually reduce their estrogen output.
This natural process typically begins in the mid 40s, although it can start earlier and may last anywhere from a few years to over a decade. So, what is perimenopause?
Wow, it can start from a few years and last over a decade.
That sounds
Huh.
awful.
This can last for a few years to over a decade. Like, I can't even begin to understand that either. Like, and there's no way for you to really tell how long you're going to go through this particular phase.
Right, not until it gets to the next phase.
Yeah, which is, mm, women go through a lot. Perimenopause signals the transition from regular menstrual cycles to menopause, the point at which menstruation permanently ceases.
It is a pivotal time in a woman's reproductive journey as the body adapts to changes in hormone levels that influence various physical and emotional states.
During this phase, the ovaries produce less estrogen, one of the key hormones involved in reproductive health. These fluctuations in hormone levels can result in irregular menstrual cycles.
It's important to note that even during perimenopause, it is still possible to get pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a myth that we just busted here.
Right? I think that's rude,
Yeah.
especially if you're not trying to get pregnant.
And going through this particular stage, yeah. Women might experience periods that are lighter or heavier than usual, or notice that the intervals between cycles become shorter or longer. The hormonal shifts during perimenopause often bring about noticeable symptoms.
Hot flashes, mood swings, fatigue, vaginal dryness, and brain fog are indeed common symptoms during perimenopause, but they don't necessarily persist with the same intensity across all stages of menopause.
Here's a quick breakdown of how these symptoms typically show up across the stages.
Perimenopause. This is when symptoms are usually most intense. Hormone levels fluctuate unpredictably, leading to irregular periods, hot flashes, mood changes, and sleep disturbances, which probably doesn't help.
At all, no. I would agree with that. Menopause officially marked by 12 months without a period. Symptoms, also like hot flashes, brain fog, may still occur, but some people notice a gradual shift in intensity. Estrogen levels drop significantly, which can worsen vaginal dryness and libido changes.
Postmenopause. For many, symptoms like hot flashes and mood swings begin to ease. However, vaginal dryness, low libido, and increased risk of osteoporosis or heart disease may persist or even become more pronounced due to sustained or low estrogen levels.
Vaginal dryness and thinning of tissues can lead to discomfort or pain during sexual activity. Lesser known symptoms may also appear like hair thinning, joint pain, changes in skin texture, weight gain around the midsection, increased UTIs, and body odor changes.
Consulting a doctor about treatments like estrogen creams, vaginal rings, or lubricants can help restore comfort.
So, while these symptoms are common in all stages, their frequency and severity can vary depending on the stage. Duration and variability of perimenopause varies widely among women.
For some, it may span for only a few years, while others, it can extend for over a decade, as we mentioned.
Yeah, and that's just crazy.
hmm
The severity and combination of symptoms also differ greatly, influenced by factors such as genetics, lifestyle, and overall health.
This phase is an essential step in women's transition to menopause, and while it can bring challenges,
There are numerous approaches to managing symptoms effectively, such as lifestyle adjustments, nutritional support, and consulting healthcare professionals for tailored solutions.
Menopause is a natural biological process marking the permanent end of menstrual periods and a woman's reproductive years.
It is defined by the absence of menstruation for 12 consecutive months, as we've mentioned, and typically occurs around the age of 51, although exact timing can vary based on factors such as genetics and overall health.
While menopause is not caused by any underlying medical condition, but rather by the natural decline in hormone levels, particularly estrogen and progesterone, as the ovaries stop releasing eggs.
Menopause isn't a one size fits all experience. Symptoms can range from mild to intense, and what works for one woman might not work for another. But one thing is universal: understanding your body gives you the power to thrive through it.
So let's start with lifestyle changes, small shifts that can make a big difference. Exercise is your friend, whether it's a brisk walk, a calming yoga session, or a bit of strength training. Regular movement helps balance hormones, boost your mood, and ease common symptoms like hot flashes and night sweats.
Food matters too. A balanced diet packed with colorful fruits and veggies, whole grains, lean proteins, and calcium rich foods can support your bones and overall well being. Don't forget vitamin D. It's essential for absorbing calcium and protecting your bones.
Feeling overwhelmed or anxious? You're not alone, and stress management is key. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or simply taking quiet moments for yourself can ease mood swings and support emotional balance.
Now, let's talk about options. Hormone replacement therapy, or HRT, can be a game changer for some women, easing symptoms and even help with bone loss. But it's not for everyone. So it's important, we cannot say this enough, to talk to your healthcare provider and weigh the benefits and risk.
Prefer a non hormonal route?
There are plenty of options.
Some medications, like low dose antidepressants, can help with hot flashes. And for those sleepless nights, try building a relaxing bedtime routine and keeping your sleep space calm and cool. If sleep still escapes you, bring it up with your doctor. Tailored solutions can make a world of difference.
I think, we're going to do one on sleep. We're working on it. But I think TV is probably the worst thing you can do right before bed because of blue light. But not only blue light, just being calming and relaxing can really help you go to sleep too.
They have nice sleep music things on the internet.
Have you ever listened to white noise going to sleep?
No.
We should really do one on like white noise, brown noise, and stuff like that, and the calming
Okay.
effects.
Sounds like fun.
Okay. So what about some natural remedies? Some women find relief in herbs like black cohosh or supplements like soy isoflavones. Just be sure to talk with your professional before adding anything new to your routine. Natural doesn't always mean safe or effective for everyone. We really have to do one on vitamins and regulations.
Right. Yes.
Bring understanding and light to what we just said about natural doesn't always mean safe and effective.
Right.
Okay.
But menopause isn't just about managing symptoms, it's about protecting long term health.
Bone health takes center stage as estrogen levels drop. That means to get enough calcium, which is recommended around about 1,200 milligrams per day. But talk to your doctor.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Travel is about connection, discovering new cultures, building unforgettable memories, and embracing the global community.
But let's be honest, it can get chaotic. That's where level 8 steps in, designed for real travelers. Level 8 luggage blends sleek style with practical function.
Its intelligent compartmentalization keeps your essentials perfectly organized. Ultra durable materials withstand the inevitable, and a lifetime warranty ensures you're covered for every adventure ahead.
In celebration of Level 8's anniversary, take 20% off with code PREAS20 now through July 23rd. Just browsing?
Use Level 8 Info 10 anytime for 10% off. No expiration, no limits. Level 8 isn't just luggage, it's travel reimagined. Full details and discount codes are waiting for you in the show notes.
Step into quality with Georgia Boots' full line of work and casual boots for men, women, and kids. Trusted by farmers, ranchers, loggers, and everyday heroes who need dependable footwear that works as hard as they do.
From the job site to the great outdoors, Georgia boots are built tough, worn proud, and now easier to get than ever, with free shipping and returns on orders of $50 and up.
And with prices you won't find anywhere else, there's never been a better time to find your perfect fit.
Built to last, priced to move, worn by those who keep America moving. Step up your footwear game today with Georgia boots.
Click the link in the show notes for exclusive offers for our Info on the Go fans. Hey, your dream getaway starts with Apple Vacations. Planning that perfect escape has never been easier. Whether you're craving sun soaked beaches, all exclusive luxury, or family friendly fun, we've got it covered with unbeatable vacation packages to the Caribbean, Mexico, Hawaii, Central America, and beyond.
Enjoy exclusive deals, nonstop flights from major cities, and hand-picked resorts that take the guesswork out of travel. From romantic retreats to group getaways, Apple Vacations makes it simple to relax, recharge, and make unforgettable memories. Book with confidence, travel with ease, vacation like never before. Apple Vacations, your getaway, your way. Click the link in the show notes for exclusive offers. Boost your vitamin D through sunlight, food, or supplements.
Stay active with weight bearing and resistant exercises.
And don't skip those bone density screenings. They're essential for catching problems early.
Let's not forget the heart. Estrogen once offered your cardiovascular system some protection. So, with its decline, your risk of heart disease goes up. You can combat this with a heart healthy lifestyle. Lots of fiber, minimal saturated fat, aerobic exercise, and regular checkups to track your cholesterol and blood pressure.
Weight management also becomes a bit trickier thanks to slower metabolism and shifting hormones. But the goal? Focus on balanced eating, regular movement, and self kindness. You're doing this for your health, not for a number on a scale.
Absolutely. Of course, we can't talk about menopause without acknowledging mental and emotional shifts. Some women face mood swings, anxiety, and even depression.
This isn't a sign of weakness, it's a signal to seek support.
Therapies, support groups, and even hobbies that bring you joy can make a huge difference.
And don't underestimate the power of connection. Talk to friends, family, and other women who truly get it.
Then comes postmenopause, the phase that begins 12 months after your last period.
Hormone levels remain low, and while symptoms may ease, the health impacts linger, especially on the bones, heart, and metabolism. But again, you're not powerless.
Everything we've talked about, from nutrition to movement to emotional care, it all continues to apply right here and can help you live with vitality for years to come.
Let's sum it up. Menopause isn't the end of youth or energy.
It's a natural part of life, a transformation, if you will.
With the right tools, it becomes a time of reflection, renewal, and self discovery.
Talk with your doctor.
Tune into your body,
Surround yourself with support. Take care of your mind and heart.
and most of all, embrace this chapter with confidence. You've earned it.
I have one question. How is menopause perceived in other countries compared to the United States?
I think that's a great question. Let's explore.
Menopause is experienced biologically across the globe, but the cultural attitudes, social expectations, and medical approaches surrounding it vary significantly from country to country.
We'll take a comparative look at how menopause is viewed in different parts of the world compared to the United States.
But let's kind of give a quick review of the United States. Often medicalized and sometimes stigmatized, there's a strong focus on symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, sleep disturbances, and menopause is sometimes seen as the end of youth or fertility.
Treatment approach. Emphasis on hormone replacement therapy, pharmaceutical interventions, and symptom management. Many women seek help from gynecologists or specialists.
Media marketing, products targeting menopause, supplements, skincare, cooling, clothing are heavily marketed, but open conversations about menopause are only recently gaining traction.
So, in Japan, menopause, or konoki, is seen as a natural life transition and is less stigmatized. Japanese women often report fewer menopausal symptoms, especially hot flashes.
We have some possible reasons. One is diet, because it's high in soy or phytoestrogens, cultural attitudes toward aging, and the tendency to focus on social harmony may influence the experience.
Medical approach in Japan is less reliant on HRT. Herbal remedies, lifestyle changes, and a balanced approach are more common.
In India, menopause can carry both negative and neutral connotations depending on region and tradition. In some areas, it marks freedom from fertility related to restrictions. In others, it's viewed as the end of womanhood.
Treatment access for many women, especially in rural areas, have limited access to healthcare or unaware of medical options. Symptoms may go untreated.
Menopause in India is not discussed openly, and there's limited public health education surrounding it. Man, that's kind of sad.
Yeah,
I mean, because, all the stuff that we talked about seems like it's going to be a tough time when when a woman starts to transition into perimenopause.
right. And everybody goes, well, every woman goes through it.
Yeah, and to not really have the access to education or being able to talk. Imagine, mother to daughter or grandmother to daughter or granddaughter. But I mean, as we mentioned, it's not always the same for every woman, and genetics play a role in it. I don't know. I just think it's kind of sad that it's not openly talked about or educated.
Right. So in France, women often approach menopause with more acceptance and sophistication, seeing it as a natural part of life.
HRTs are commonly used, but French doctors may incorporate more holistic and lifestyle-based approaches, including diet and natural therapies.
France tends to emphasize self care, sensuality, and quality of life, which shapes how menopause is approached both socially and medically.
In Mexico, menopause is often referred to as la menopausia and is viewed as a significant life change. For many, it symbolizes a transition to wisdom and respect as a matriarch.
Strong family structures can offer emotional support during this time, though there still may be taboos around discussing symptoms openly.
It's still kind of sad. Access to treatment can vary based on socioeconomic status, and natural remedies are often preferred over pharmaceuticals. Okay, I mean, but you still have to have some pharmaceutical stuff to kind of help, I guess, maybe. Yeah.
Um, maybe, maybe not. Depends. I think it mostly depends on your diet and the person.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. If you find something that works for you,
In Sweden and other Nordic countries, generally progressive and open conversations around menopause, aging, and bodily changes are seen as natural and not as heavily stigmatized.
universal health care allows women to easily consult with doctors about menopause related symptoms and receive support, including HRTs, if needed.
Workplace awareness. Some Scandinavian countries are beginning to integrate menopause friendly policies at work, recognizing it as a part of workplace health.
I think that is awesome.
That is epic.
Yeah.
But from what I gather, the Scandinavian countries are the top three happiest countries in the world.
Wow, I think that's a game changer.
Right.
Human menopause is indeed a biological outlier. While most animals reproduce until the end of their lives, human females often live decades beyond their reproductive years, a phenomenon that has puzzled evolutionary biologists for decades. And if you stop and think about it, why?
Right. One compelling explanation is the grandmother hypothesis.
Have you ever heard of this?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I have kind of heard of it, but we're going to get into some details of it. This theory suggests that menopause evolved not as a flaw or failure, but as a strategic advantage.
Instead of continuing to bear children into old age when pregnancy and childbirth become riskier, women may have increased their evolutionary fitness by shifting their energy toward helping raise their grandchildren.
By doing so, they boost the survival chances of their descendants, ensuring that more of their genes are passed on.
Anthropologist Kristen Hawkes, who studied the Hadza people of Tanzania, found that grandmothers played a critical role in foraging and feeding young children, especially when mothers were occupied with newborns.
This support allowed mothers to have children more frequently, shortening the time between births and increasing overall reproductive success.
Increasingly, this post reproductive longevity is shared by only a few other species, most notably orcas and pilot whales, where older females also help guide and support their pods.
But in humans, the grandmother effect may have been a key driver in the evolution of our long lifespans, large brains, and complex social structures.
So rather than being a biological dead end, menopause might be one of the very things that made us human.
Well, I mean, so far it's very interesting, right?
Right.
The grandmother hypothesis doesn't just explain menopause. It may also illuminate how we become such deeply socially brainy creatures.
By stepping in to care for grandchildren, grandmothers may have freed up mothers to reproduce more frequently, accelerating population growth and increasing the evolutionary payoff of cooperative caregiving.
But here's where it gets even more fascinating. This shift may have reshaped the very architecture of our brains and societies.
Longer lifespans meant longer childhoods, which in turn required more learning and social interaction.
As a result, human infants became uniquely dependent and socially attuned, needing not just parents, but a whole network of caregivers.
This alloparenting environment, where grandmothers, siblings, and others pitch in, may have driven the evolution of our large brains, extended learning periods, and complex emotional intelligence.
Researchers argue that this cooperative dynamic laid the groundwork for
Language development, as communication became essential for coordinating care.
empathy and theory of mind, since understanding others' needs became a survival skill.
Social norms and culture passed down not just from parents, but from elders with time and wisdom to share.
In short, grandmothers may have helped wire our species for connection, cooperation, and culture, traits that define what it means to be human. Wow.
That's awesome.
When you stop and think about menopause and, what women go through and when they reach that postmenopause part of it, and you look at the grandmother theory here, I mean, it really kind of all makes sense if you kind of just take a look back at it.
I agree.
I
I
mean,
mean, and everybody has a story about their grandma, usually.
yeah, and usually it's when you're younger. I mean, I know that I spent time with my grandmother when I was younger, and I know that my wife now, she really looks forward to being with the grandkids. And
It's really from how I look at it, I guess now is it's a time to sit back and look at the little things and just be appreciative for them.
yeah, take time out and kind of help other women that are transitioning through this. I like I said, every woman is different, but genetics play a huge role in it, mother to daughter. I help them kind of prepare for what they're going to go through. But I think
Right.
diet and exercise is something in our culture that we don't do a lot of. I think that's key for anybody, not just women that are experiencing menopause or going to experience it, but for our society as a whole.
No, I agree with you there, especially because your muscles and joints and everything like that have to keep moving to be okay. Because there's certain things um, that happen in your joints when you're moving or exercising or whatever, where they stay lubricated in some sort of way. And if you're not doing those kind of exercises or moving those muscles or anything like that, they atrophy and they get worse.
Okay, exercise on the list.
Yes.
So the only thing I want to add with this, you see what your wives or partners going through, take time and have a little bit of empathy because it
Yes.
is it is definitely life-changing.
It is. It's a very big change in a woman's life.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because my wife is
Okay.
going through it now, and I'm here to tell you, I'm going through it with her.
You,
I think the biggest thing before we end here is really we can give you all the stats and stuff, but really talk to your healthcare professional because they have tailored solutions that work around you. Because as we said at the top, it's different for every woman.
right. And find supportive people that you can talk to.
Yeah, I
And
mean, there's podcasts out there that are devoted to this.
yeah, absolutely. Well, that's all I have.
Yeah, that's all I've got too, Kat.
If you would like to support this podcast, tell a friend and help get the word out.
If you would like to help us keep the show going, you can do so at Patreon. The link is in the show notes.
William and I want to thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you.
Join the Facebook group at Info on the Go
Share with us your show ideas.
or ask us a question.
Subscribe and follow us wherever you get your podcast.
Send us a text using the link in the show notes or leave a review.
Email us at,
Info on the Go podcast at gmail.com.
yes, that is all one word. Till next time.
Stay curious.